Hello lovely people! Today I will be sharing my footage from my Europe trip, mainly Paris in this video. And I just wanted to come on and start this video out by saying thank you so much to the 170 of you that have subscribed. I remember we were just hitting 100, so it's fantastic. It's exciting. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing so. I set a goal that I would like to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I know it's a big goal, especially because we're already in March, but I think that it's possible. So if you like the content and you like what you see, make sure that you subscribe, share with people you think would also like the content. Before I forget, also, some of the videos have the tour guide from my tour talking. He was amazing. Steve was fantastic, covered so much information. I wish I could have shared all of it with you, but I tried to give some snippets of that. And as a side note as well, some of the pictures are not always the greatest because I'm trying to capture them from the tour bus window. So please do not mind that as well. But let's get into it. Our first night in Paris, we drove around in the tour bus and saw some of the different sights. It was raining, so we didn't get out and enjoy it that much, but it was still beautiful. We got to stop by the Arc de Triomphe and the Eiffel Tower for a moment.
Beautiful Christmas lighting, giving it a very beautiful atmosphere. And on that street down the Champs-Elysees down the left that you start seeing now coming into view, that's where you'll find all of your kind of an evening. So if you get the chance tomorrow to spend a bit of time in the Champs-Elysees, you can. We're still on the Champs-Elysees now. All the gods, and it kind of set off in motion this idea that we can, if we wanted to, rise up against the government and kick them out. Kick out the royal family, kick out the aristocrats, kill them all. And we can then redistribute that wealth and create a meritocracy. So the idea of the French Revolution was creating a meritocracy, which is an idea of those with merit should be rich. Those who earn a good living, who have a good education, who try hard, who work hard, you can earn a better standard of life.
Which is where Victor Hugo is buried, as well as a lot of other people. Victor Hugo was famous for Les Mis, writing Notre Dame, or Hunchback of Notre Dame. But yeah, one of my favorite quotes, "To love another person is to see the face of God," is written by him, and he's buried in this building. Scaramouche was very good. I did try pâté duck liver for the first time, also known as foie gras, and I will say I probably will not try it again. We also had homemade chocolate eclairs, and they were fabulous. Hi guys, I am currently at the Arc de Triomphe. You can see it behind me here with our tour bus. And surrounding the Arc is the busiest roundabout in the world. And it's very interesting because if you see on the entrances to the roundabout, there's these trees that have tape on them. And that signals that that is where your car insurance ends. So there's so many wrecks on this roundabout that they do not cover driving on the roundabout. So if you drive in this area, you have to be aware that if you wreck, it is not covered. and that's just the way it goes. So super interesting fact that I learned yesterday. Here I am with one of my new friends that I made on my trip. One of my favorite things about exploring with the Expat Explorer group on our tour bus was the amazing people that I traveled with. We were all like a big family by the time that we were done. The next morning we started off by exploring the Champs-Élysées. This is one of the most famous commercial streets in the world. One side of the street is actually more expensive to rent space on, and it has to do with where the sun hits in the evening. Now, we stopped by this little patisserie that sells macarons, and we got to learn a little bit about them. They took us outside in this cute seating area where they gave us macarons to take home. I also purchased a few more on top of what they gave us, as well as some hot chocolate. They were all so good, it was hard to choose which flavor you wanted. My favorite thing about Paris was that there were so many Christmas lights, and even though I've been living in Kuwait and there was nothing to do with Christmas anywhere, thankfully I got to spend my Christmas in a place that was so festive. Stops along the way because this is the opera house that the Phantom of the Opera was written about. So standing in front of it, singing the songs in my head, I was so excited to see this piece of history. We also got to explore a museum of perfume at Fragonard's, which is a very famous perfume retailer in France and possibly the world. I didn't know that this would be so interesting. I am glad that I did get to be a part of it. And at the end, I purchased some perfume for myself called Belle Amour. I am standing at the Louvre in Paris. This is a dream. We don't have time to go into it, unfortunately, so I won't get to see some of the amazing artwork, but just this building itself is gorgeous. It's humongous. This is where the royal family used to live before they upgraded, which played a part in the revolution, because they thought that this palace with golden toilets wasn't enough. So they upgraded to a new place because the Louvre was too small. As you can see, this building is humongous. It goes all around me. I'm right smack dab in the middle of it. So I hope that you enjoy the pictures. So we just finished at the Louvre and we are getting ready to go to the Eiffel Tower and to go on a river cruise on the Seine, which is behind me right now. Our tour guide said one of our jokes is that once we are on the river, we can say that we are in Seine. So I'm exhausted. We've had a busy day, but we're seeing a lot. Trying to keep the energy up. Bought some perfume, like legit perfume, very expensive, very good smelling. I really enjoyed having a tour. Our macaroons this morning were so good. They told me that I had the best hot chocolate in Paris, which it's not the hot chocolate you think when you think in America. It's actually like drinking straight melted chocolate. So it was interesting, but I enjoyed it. We still have lots to do today. Gonna try and get everything documented as I go, but I'm just blown away. Paris has been amazing so far, and I cannot wait to see what else I can find. So.
The Champ de Mars to the Chaillot Hill are the other sides. Nous allons aussi découvrir bientôt que la Seine c'est comme une autoroute et qu'il y a beaucoup de bateaux qui la traversent, comme des bateaux de tourisme comme le nôtre. Le bateau this is always the left bank, but at the moment it's the right side. You have the very famous Musée d'Orsay that used to be a train station and that was inaugurated as museum in 1986.
We saw so many sights while floating down the River Seine, and unfortunately, I don't know what a lot of them are. But it was lovely to see Paris from the viewpoint of the river and get to see all of these buildings as we floated along. You may know this next building from a movie called The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but this is the Notre Dame Cathedral, and back in 2019, almost 4 years ago, it caught fire. And they are still rebuilding this cathedral. They are expected to finish in 2024 in time for the Paris Summer Olympics. guys, right now I'm on top of the tallest building in Paris, I'm pretty sure, and it's got a glass viewing terrace, so you can see all around the city. The best part is you've got the Eiffel Tower in the back, so it is very windy, very cold today, and the sun's finally coming out, so we're enjoying this. This gentleman was so cool. He was a living statue. It was really interesting to see how still he could stand, and then he would move and it would be surprising. This tram took us up to the Basilica of Sacre in Montmarte, and not only was this basilica gorgeous, it had the most beautiful art inside. Before showing Sacre, I wanted to tell you guys a story about all of the locks on the fence. Now, it is believed that if you buy a lock, write your true love's name on it, and attach it to the fence, for as long as it's on that fence, they will be your soulmate. Unfortunately, there are people that take advantage of this. Paris is known for several schemes or ways to steal money, and one of them is the lock people. So these guys walk around selling locks to tourists, and once you buy the lock, they give you a marker, you write the name on it, you go attach it, you walk off with the key. However, they have a master key that when you leave, they watch you, and they walk up to where you placed your lock and they unattach it, they wipe off the marker, repackage this lock, and resell it. So make sure that you're careful if you decide to purchase a lock. Take your own. Speaking of scams, there are three main ones that you really need to watch out for in Paris. The first are the clipboard ladies. So these ladies will walk around asking for signatures, which is harmless enough. They'll get your signature and then they'll ask for a donation. Usually it's a cause that will tug at your heartstrings. So if you decide to donate, they will watch as you open your purse or your bag and see what you have of value. Now, if you have something that piques their interest, they might follow you afterwards and either pickpocket or mug you. Next, you have the stringmen. And what the stringmen do is they'll walk up to you, be very friendly, tell you hi, offer their hand to shake your hand. Now, if you reach and you shake their hand back, they will quickly tie a string around your wrist. Now, once this string is around your wrist, you're going to try and take it off, but they're going to tell you that you need to pay them for it because they gave you this. Sometimes it's also friendship bracelets, as they call them. So you fight them, you say, no, I don't want this, please take it off, and they refuse. They say that you have to pay them. If you refuse to pay them, their friends will come out from the streets or somewhere that they were hiding, and they will start to heckle you and make you feel very unsafe until you give them the money. Finally, the third scam is the ball and cup game. You know, you see it every once in a while where they put a ball in a cup and they've got 3 cups, 2 are empty, and they'll move them around. You have to follow with your eyes and then pick the cup that the ball is in. Well, they'll make it look really easy and get you to bet 50 euros, which is usually the starting point. So you bet the 50 euros and you win. That's fantastic. It's awesome. They give you 100 euros. They take your 50, give you 100. Well, the problem is that the 100 euros that they're giving you are fake money. And you don't realize until you try and spend it later. So don't be fooled with how easy the games seem to be, because you're probably getting scammed out of your real money. This is Montmarte. It's the oldest vineyard in Paris. And while it doesn't produce the best grapes for winemaking, it does produce some of the most expensive, and that's because it is sold as wine for an auction for charity. We then went to Cadet de Gascon, where we had escargot, which was fabulous, some lovely wine. I had a tasty fish dinner, and then of course we ended it with creme brulee. We also got to see the Moulin Rouge, which inspired my favorite musical. I was so excited. I am grateful that I got to see it. And though I didn't get to see a show at the Moulin Rouge, I did go to Paradis Latin, where I saw another cabaret that was fantastic. 10 out of 10, go check it out if you can. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed my journey through Paris, and let me know down below in the comments, what sorts of things do you enjoy seeing? Do you like when I do the voiceovers? Do you like more when I'm talking in the videos while I'm traveling? Or would you rather I just play music with silent clips? Thank you again so much for going on this journey with me, and I hope you all have a wonderful week in Omnia Paratus.